to our learning training weekly session on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook groups, Facebook pages. We are thrilled to have you here. If you're watching in the replay, do please put replay. Now, we are talking about how to map out your sales on LinkedIn. And of course, nobody ever plans to miss out on the opportunities that platforms like LinkedIn give us. It usually just happens by default. And so I want to share with you a really simple 4 strategies that we use. And it comes from me really finding when I first started my own business, as a lot of us do running our own business. So we're going to talk about content, how to use content of our sales strategy. What can we do in terms of profile that can help us build in sales systems to our profile? How can we look at distributing our content even more? Those amazing conversations that we have in our content. We want to get those out. We want to generate more reach, particularly as the reach is disappearing and growing less. And how do we track those numbers? How do we keep it really simple? And I'm a really simple girl. Anything that's complicated, I get overfaced by and overwhelmed by, and I just don't do. Hello, welcome to you. And apologies if you are on Facebook, do put your name into the comments. Otherwise, it quite often just says Facebook user. If you are getting details of this broadcast, that's LinkedIn and that is not me, unless, of course, you have subscribed to this event. So thrilled to have you on. I'm going to take you through 4 really simple, easy, doable strategies that will enable you to put these strategies in your business. And they just work like clockwork. Morning, Richard. Great to see you. So let's start. Content profile, distribution, and tracking. We want to be thinking systems, and I'm going to change your mind about a few things as well. Hi, Alison. Okay, so I want you all to make sure that you're clear on what you're aiming for in terms of your sales from LinkedIn. We want to have an idea. How do you want programs or in the service that you offer? So, for example, our membership, we've got a really clear numbers we want in every month. That defines my behavior in my marketing and on social forms like LinkedIn. So make sure you're really clear on what you want, because your brain isn't going to work towards creating all of that beautiful stuff for you to reach your goals. So let's talk about content. How does content help you sell? Well, most people do one of 2 things. They either talk about their subject, which is interesting, and neither of those are particularly going to get you clients. And in fact, I'm pretty sure that a lot of you on your LinkedIn and on your content that has gone amiss and gone under the radar. So when we're talking about content, we have to share really relevant information. It's got to catch their eye. We're all sort of scrolling down the feed looking for something that really interests us. So it's your job as a business owner to make sure you know who you're speaking to, where they're up on their journey, and giving them some indication that you have the ability to get them the outcome they want. So that's generally how we position our content. And there are many different styles of content that we talk about with my clients. But one of my favorites is an offer post. And that is where we give the consumers of our content little breadcrumbs of information. So we give them some value, but we're leading them on to the next step. And it absolutely is my favorite. So I do this a lot. And in fact, we do offer posts every week. I do this a lot with my LinkedIn morning cuppa routine, which has been downloaded by thousands and thousands of people around the world. And we talk about the different areas and from different angles of what it's like if you haven't got a process when you go on LinkedIn, how you can feel lost, how you can get lost down that black hole, how you can get overwhelmed when you look at a platform like LinkedIn and not know where to start. And so the LinkedIn Morning Cuppa routine gives you 6 simple steps, logical steps of what to do every morning when you go on to LinkedIn. So I will talk about all of these different areas, not from a point of, hey, download my LinkedIn Morning Cuppa routine, but giving breadcrumbs. Then it's really easy to segue into saying, now, the good news for you is, and this is at the bottom of the post, the good news for you is I've created the LinkedIn Morning Cuppa routine that does just that. If you would like to access it, just pop Cuppa into the comments and we'll make sure that you get access to our LinkedIn Morning Cuppa routine. And those are the breadcrumbs that we're leaving people to take the next small step with us. The next small step in that case is simply for them to type in the comments that they're interested. Yes, please, Cuppa, I'd love to hear more. Whatever. Yeah, sure, we'll get that to you if you're putting Cuppa in. And so this post is a great, this live is a great example of that. And what that does is it gives people just a tiny little step to take. We're not overwhelming them. People are not in the frame of mind to be buying, but they will be in the frame of mind to having a small solution solved. So I want you to think and reframe how you think about content. You want to be starting conversations about the things that are happening in your or not happening in your ideal client's world, and leave them some breadcrumbs to follow that are super easy, tiny little steps. Even if you are in a world where people don't want to be known for needing your help because it's very personal, you can say, DM me. It works just as well. And in fact, when we put out an offer post, I ask people to reply in the comments because that keeps the post going and growing. But there's always a couple of people that message me personally, which is fine. So you need to adjust that to who your audience is. So what we're doing then is we're putting people onto our list, which is where we sell. We typically don't sell on LinkedIn. When they're on our email list, we get to choose the cadence and the subject and the regularity that we communicate with them via email. The more people I have on my list, the more money I make every year. It's a known fact. So I want you to think about maybe regularly, even if you just start with one and try it out. How can I leave some breadcrumbs in a post, offer some real value to people, and get them onto my email list? We now seek every month to aim for a larger number of people that are downloading and opting into our lists. And in fact, what we've got now are 5 key, really valuable opt-ins that we rotate. So it's really not a hard thing for you to implement. By growing your email list, you will then start to grow your sales. Give me an amen if you're up for that. Yes, all of you that have put Cuppa, we will get that to you this afternoon. So we don't want any buy my thing posts because people will scroll past that. It's too much. We haven't built those relationships with them. And what these offer posts and these breadcrumb posts do is they build that relationship slowly. and properly. You know, it takes time to get to know people. People need to know that they can trust us with their money, their time, their energy, their attention. Okay, what are we going to go to next? Let's talk about your profile. You see, when you start to create it, when you've got lots of activity on LinkedIn, so if you are commenting on other people's strategic posts, people will check you out. And you want to be growing that number of profile visitors, because that's when people again start to get to know you and spend a lot more time with you. Now, I've done a lot on the profile. A couple of weeks ago, we focused a lot on the profile. If you go to my activity on my profile, on my activity, and scroll down, you will see a live all about profile. So go and have a look at that. But what I want to focus on is that, yes, that absolutely, that perfectionism about you. It is about your clients and creating a picture for them. There's a section on your profile that is so underrated and underused and misused. So I want to share with you about what I call the billboard on LinkedIn. It's your featured section. Now, a lot of people aren't even aware that there is a featured section. And if you scroll down a little bit onto your profile, it's just under your headline, and you find you haven't got it, you will see at the top, there's a section that appears, add profile section. You can add your featured section there, and I want to encourage you to do that. But this is an astonishing piece that LinkedIn has put up there for us, because in your featured section, you can feature content that you have put out on a regular basis. Now, excuse me, I've got an itchy nose. If you're only featuring content, you're missing a trick. You can also feature your articles and your newsletters. That's good. You can also put links in, and you can upload information from your device. So you can add images and videos or PDFs, all of that sort of thing. So there's a lot of scope here for us to put things in. Now, I want you to think in terms of a bit of a traffic light system. And I was doing this teaching with our league members, our LinkedIn League monthly membership yesterday. We want to have hot, warm, and cold information there, so that a lot of different people coming at your profile from different experiences with you can access all the goodies that you've got. And one of my sayings that I'm always saying is give away some of your best stuff, because nobody has ever grown a great business partially giving away their best stuff or giving away their unbest, their worst stuff. So hot, what could that be? That could be booking in a call with you. You could have a great landing page where people jump on and they'll hear about the benefits of what you can share with them, and they have opportunity to book a call with you. It could be that you are inviting them to buy a low level, you know, a £22, a £37 or dollar value piece with them that leads them into you building a relationship with them, and maybe upselling. It could be that you invite them to join a workshop. So we do this every week, every month. We open up one of our client workshops, and it'll be going up there on our billboard, our featured section shortly. And we just say to people, if this is of interest, we have a few open slots. Come and join us. So those are the, and by the way, you can join us. Our next one is about winning clients, creating a proven strategy. So if you want to put that into the comments, I'm happy for you to get information about that. So that's the hot. What are people that know us and are familiar and have jumped on again to our profile to say, oh, who is this? Because they want to know more about us. They're going to access that hot information. What about the sort of medium warm people that jump onto our our profiles, that they're familiar with us, they don't particularly know a lot about us, but they've jumped on to say, let's remind ourselves exactly what this person is all about. Well, we want to be sharing our opt-in, we want to be giving value, and you can be rotating that value. So that could be come along to my workshop, it could be download the 63 prompts for LinkedIn. Whatever your value is, you can pop it up there and offer value. Why is this important? Because we want people to kind of jump into our marketing journey with us. The more hours that they get with us and the more value they get with us, the more likely they are to never go anywhere else when they want to really sort out the issue and get the impact that you and I both have in our own worlds. So warm could be downloading an opt-in. So they're exchanging their email address. They are investing a little bit of time in reading your opt-in, and it's a low energy, less demand. And then cold, you want some of your content up there. If you're doing a newsletter, that's going to be valuable. That will count. You could do an ungated piece of value. Warm, also you want to be putting in potentially book a call with me. And all of these don't have to just be one piece that's a dead end. They can lead on to the next. So for example, we have our opt-ins, and on the thank you page, we have would you like to book a brainstorm with me? That's probably one of the main places and reasons of how I get 32 calls booked every month without doubt. So you can see that we're starting to create these really easy systems that you do once, and then they just work for you 24/7 because LinkedIn is a global platform. So I want you to review, what have you got on your featured section? Is it really a billboard that's promoting the very best of you? Has it got items, or is it drawing in people that are really warm, that are really hot? Have you got something available for those people that want to spend a little bit of time with you, but they're not ready to commit? And then what's available for those that are totally new to you, and that you can build that relationship with slowly? So completely underrated, completely underused and misused. Go and review your featured section. Number 3 in mapping out your sales is about distribution. I don't know if you've noticed, but for a lot of people, the reach on their posts has gone down. And we always knew that it would be like this. And so we want to utilize people in our network. And I don't know about you, but I get a lot of people every time I put out a post. They will either always like, or sometimes they'll like and comment to nearly every post. Now, I'm extremely grateful for those people. I value them. I know exactly who they are, and I communicate with those people. So we have a pattern once a week where we look at, we do this on a Tuesday, we look at, okay, who's engaged with us this week? And we send them a message of gratitude. And it's as simple as, really appreciate you liking my posts this week, or thank you so much for that comment. It really got me thinking. How are you? So two short sentences. You can do that, 2 short sentences. And of course, if somebody's responding every week to every post, we don't send them a kind of almost copy and pasted message that we can use as a basis to communicate with them. We don't send it to them every week because that's a little bit strange. But what we do is continue to build that relationship. Ambassadors, they're people that are pushing out my posts for me, and every time they engage, my content goes to the top of my home feed and also to theirs. So in a time when a lot of people are struggling with reach, You want to take care and build relationships with the people who are engaging with your posts, and have a coffee with them, book them into a Zoom call, get to know them, support their content as well, because it's a two-way thing. So that's a really simple way to grow your reach in your content, by just looking after the people that bother to engage with you, that spend time writing comments, that are stopped and look out for your comments, and have hit the bell on your profile, so that they value your content enough that they take time in our, we've all got busy days, in their busy day, to respond. So we've had a look at our content, how to leave those breadcrumbs, how to position your featured section so that it becomes a billboard for you 24/7, how to encourage people and build those relationships so people keep being your ambassadors and promoting your posts. How do we track it all? Well, this is one of my favorites, and this isn't something that I created. This is something Daniel Priestley shared with me, and we call it LAPS, or he calls it LAPS. And that's an acronym that stands for leads, appointments, presentation, and sales. So remember, right at the beginning, I said, how many sales do you want? If you want 4 sales a month, Caroline, you don't know if somebody's hit your bell, but they will be commenting regularly, hopefully, on your, not always, but on your content. So LAPS, leads, appointments, sales, and we map this out on our whiteboard every week. So if we want 4 clients, say, to come on our LinkedIn client system a month, we know that we need to probably speak to 20 to 24 people a month. So then I know that's how many people I need to be booking on to my calls, but then I need to be speaking to even more. So LAPS stands for leads. Who are the people that you need to get in? So if I want 4, I'm probably going to need to be speaking to 40 people a month. 40 people, that's 10 people a week. Having conversations with the right people, 10 people a week. That's 2 a day. You can do 2 a day. You can find those ideal clients and just have conversations with them. And to start with, you might not get any fruit, but you've got to start and find your feet with that. Appointments is how many people book in appointments. So that's my 32 number. So I'm probably speaking to 4 or 5 people every day, proper conversations, not, hi, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. How are you? Weather's cold, isn't it? It's proper conversations about what you do. The presentations is how many times you present your offer to people. So I might have 32 people that book a call with me, but not always are those 32 qualified, or is it the right time for them in their business? So the presentation is how many times I present my offer to the right people and say, this is what, usually they say to me, okay, so how do I work with you? I'll say, well, these are the options. And then, of course, the sales, it speaks for itself, it's sales. And you can keep a running tally of that. And if you're like me, I am incredibly competitive with everybody else and with myself. Then you can seek to get better and better. But what that system, that simple system does is it lets you know, okay, I clearly didn't have enough leads in. I clearly got busy in the weeds of my business and I wasn't having those conversations in LinkedIn. So that impacted the number of people that I presented my offer to, and of course, the number of sales that I made. So you can reverse engineer, you work back. I want these number of sales. I need to have this amount of conversations with people. And this lets you know whether you're on track or not. What was it that week that happened that I didn't have those conversations on LinkedIn? I'm talking about if you have 6 conversations, you could be talking 15, 20 minutes in the morning. what's 15-20 minutes to get 4 clients at the end of the month that could be like 12 grand in for you? So let's just think and take a step back now. You're really clear on what number you want into your business on a monthly basis. And you want to generate those conversations. Start with your content. Create that content on a regular basis, whatever your cadence is, whether it's 2, 3, 5, 7. Stick to that cadence or agree with yourself to commit to build it up. And start having those conversations with people. And you can pick up on those cues and really build that relationship with your ambassadors. And those cues that you pick on, that when we pick up on those cues every Tuesday, we have some fantastic conversations where people say, oh, I love your content. What do you love about it? What strikes a chord with you? And quite often people will book a call in with us from that. So, you know, it's hugely important that you write the right content and you pick up on those cues. You keep building that relationship with your ideal clients in your network and your ambassadors. And then you can only be on LinkedIn a certain time, but actually your profile, if it's positioned properly, and if you've got your featured section acting as your billboard 24/7, it can start working for you and bring people in to booking in calls, buying small bits of your program. You know, if you've got those, I hate the word tripwire because I don't want to trip anybody up, but you've got those lead-ins, those ramps up to your bigger programs and services. And, you know, people book into your webinars and workshops from that, and it's all working. How do you know whether you're doing the right thing? You start it with LAP. Okay, guys, so I know there's a bit of a delay. Tell me, what is your biggest takeaway from this? Is it creative posts and those breadcrumb pieces that just make it really easy for people to say, yes, please? I mean, we can typically bring in around 100 opt-ins a week, organic posting of these offers. Is it the billboard, the featured section that you know isn't working for you properly because you put up your best engaged post so it doesn't look like nobody is interested? Is it that you have ambassadors and you've never picked up on those cues or built those relationships, and it could be all of these? Or is it that the laps you nearly need to focus on and monitor? Because what we really give focus to, actually our brains start working towards and start finding a solution. So sorry, it says Facebook user, definitely the featured section. Yeah, that will be a great thing for you to start with. Okay, so excuse me. So I hope that this has been really useful to you. If you're watching in the replay, please tell me what it is that you got out most from this. Next week, it's half term in the UK, so I'm going to be on holiday in Devon, but we are going to pick back up the following week, and we'll be doing something. If you have something in particular that you really want demystifying, message me and let me know. And towards the end, I haven't got my phone on me, towards the end of this month, we're opening up our winning clients strategy, how to win clients on LinkedIn, a proven strategy. So we're going to take you through a whole process. If you've never been to one of our open client workshops and you want to come and work on your stuff, we get working on it, then just put workshop into this post. And again, we'll make sure that you get access to a seat. Apologies that I don't know the dates. Takeaway, starting point. Cool, great. Thank you, Richard. Adding more variety. Guys, you are rocking today. Videos are great. So few people put videos. Video testimonials. I've got a video testimonial. I just realized the link is broken, so we need to sort that out. Brilliant. So I'm so pleased that you've got a lot out of it. This is all easy, non-salesy stuff that anybody, whether you're starting or you're experienced, whether you hate sales, love sales, you can put these things in place. Cool. Love you guys. Thank you so much for engaging today. And I really look forward to hearing the stories of how you're starting to map your sales out using all of these easy, great things that LinkedIn gives us. And I will see you in 2 weeks' time. Tons of love.